Hello and welcome to another video from thefanpub.com. It's Alan and Sean again. How are you, Sean?
Yeah, really good to be back, and this should be a cracker, particularly after our last PPR video.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to you picking in this
I've just come out of counselling.
2QB one, isn't it? This?
Yeah, this one is standard scoring, 12-team league. We're going to randomise our draft position in a minute, but yeah, it's 2QB. So
and that means he's guaranteed I was going to pick CJ Anderson at some point.
and we're actually
in this draft.
champions of the 2QB league with the joint.
Yes, we are.
effort,
Now
so-
I think we should be very open and honest about this. What was it that propelled us? Really to fantasy gold in that.
It was
league?
our 2QBs.
It was our 2QBs. Yeah, I mean there should be no surprise.
We rode our luck like everyone
What
does.
did we manage to do? Where were we drafting in that particular league? So just for
we always draft last, Sean. You know that.
Yeah, so we were picking 12th. What did we do?
I think we picked 9 out of 10 actually.
9 out of 10. What did we pick? Our first pick was Aaron Rodgers, wasn't he? Because he was still on the board.
I think it was, yeah.
And then we
It might have been DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're digressing here a bit. Let's get into it. So we're looking at 2 QBs. So obviously QBs are elevated in
the priority will be that they will be scarce. I mean, in a 12-man league, 24 good ones are going to go off the board. There is some room to stream, but it's very minimal. And you really you kind of have to see where your position is. Draft position is going to determine the kind of player you're going to take. QB should be high in your list first round and second round.
Well, let's have a
Let's
look.
see what happens.
We got pick 6, so we're right in the middle of the pack.
So we're not going to get the running backs, so we can ignore that. I don't think any of them are fall to us, and it's going to.
I doubt it. Unless there's some sort of computer.
Hold on a minute.
Hang on.
Look what's just happened. All the quarterbacks have gone off the board, leaving Le'Veon Bell on the board.
Well, hello.
Well, this is going to change the philosophy. This means...
You want to take? Oh yeah, we've got to take.
Yeah, this means, just so people are aware, this means if we go down the route of Le'Veon Bell, by the time we go into the second round, we're going to have to think deep quarterback strategy here.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you're not going to turn away.
I'm not turning
Lev or
Le'Veon
Zeke
Bell.
here,
I'm not turning them down. No.
I'm taking.
I'll take
happy to take Bell.
Tilt Bell. Yeah. I wouldn't hesitate.
You can't turn it down, and if he wasn't there, yeah, Zeke.
Okay, so just to get a balance to the team, we've already got Le'Veon Bell in the squad. Can we just see what quarterbacks are out there? Because obviously we've got to look at them, give them a glance every round, just to see what's out there.
Hide that.
Is there a surprise player that we think, yeah, we want them?
All right, let's just have a look. Right, okay,
So we're already down to the Marcus Mariota, Winston range already, Derek Carr, that's all. I am going to wait. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to either strike first or last. We're not striking first, so we'll strike last. So
AJ Green, you happy with AJ Green?
I can't.
We got Bell and Green in our team.
I can't turn that down.
No.
I think I'd have to take him.
His ADP is 9.
How can we be disappointed getting him in the second round here?
Yeah.
Let's take that because someone else would get a bargain who's got a quarterback if we don't take him.
So we lost Derek Carr and a few others.
Still Jordan Howard sitting on the board. That's pretty good value.
It's not PPR, so
I don't know how I could. I mean, I guess you could use an argument here that will there be a breakdown for Jordan Howard? But you look at what pick number he is. I like that. I like Fournette personally. We've already got 2 players.
I think we've got to lock in Jordan Howard.
I think we've got to take Jordan Howard. It's a bit of an upside draft, this, because you're just going to have to go with the talent. You just have to.
Yeah, the QBs are flying off the board now. I just see Tyrod Taylor go, which is a bit worrying. Are we forced by this run now to?
Well,
go
that's
for
a
QB?
very, very good question. But if you look at the quarterbacks that are out there, is there anybody there that would excite you enough that you think you have to come in and
Well,
take?
we're looking at 14 downwards, so none of them are going to be overly exciting. But
Who's the favourite there for you?
Rivers, Stafford, and Dalton. I don't mind.
Let's take one of them. Let's have Rivers now before we run out. We've got to have one.
Or we could, yeah.
Take Rivers.
Or we could go.
More weapons. That's the way I'm looking at it.
I think because we need 2 of them, we can't really wait another.
We
round.
can't wait another round for it to be nabbed away and then we're left with players that we can't trust. We've managed to get a few rounds of grace by waiting. I think we wait long enough. Unfortunately, at this point, we just have to pull the trigger
Yeah,
on
and
one of
Allen
them.
Robinson isn't exciting enough for me not.
No.
Okay. We'll lock Philip Rivers in.
Excuse me.
Right. So let's just have a look at our team. Rivers is locked in there. I don't mind Andy Dalton either, but do you want to? There's no one that exciting at the moment.
I'm not frightened to wait a little while.
Okay.
There's a few reasons. I think we look at other players now to cement around the team we've got. I'm not going to look at... Obviously, our favourite player is out there. I'm sure you'll be interested in him. That's CJ Anderson sitting there on the board.
Absolutely. No.
No. who do you like out of these players that you think give you an immediate upside? I think Terrell Pryor is quite exciting here.
I'm not sure I'd take him above some of these, though. You probably should take him above some of these, but Demaryius Thomas...
I would take Terrell Pryor above Demaryius Thomas.
Demaryius Thomas is going to be our fifth player. I think that's pretty good as a fifth.
I suppose it's so solid, you can't really turn it down. I guess that's your point.
He's not got a massive upside, but you know he's got quite a high floor as well.
Yeah.
I don't trust Jeffrey. I don't trust Watkins. Although I like Watkins as a player, I don't trust. He's 2 years injured now, really. And I think we could get Pryor next round if we wanted. Probably.
Let's go Demaryius Thomas. Let's add tried and trusted to the list of players we've got.
Yeah. I mean, he's our second wide receiver.
With AJ Green. That's not bad, is it? Still got Emmanuel Sanders sitting out
there. Blake Balls. I mean, you can't be happy about that. Oh, everyone.
Well, I don't mind it. I think there's a bounce back candidate, but I think obviously we can wait on a few players. I mean, do we still need to pull the trigger here on another quarterback? I still don't think we do. Do you think we need to pull the trigger on him? Or do you want me to give you... Do you know what I think we do? We wait. And I think you know what we do, right? This is the guy we wait for.
Yeah, but, we might need 3 quarterbacks in a 2 QB league, possibly.
Well, take Blake Bortles.
Mind you, it's only 12 teams.
There is enough. There is enough out there, but you are right. There could come a point where
Bortles is a horrible quarterback, but for fantasy, he's okay.
Incredibly valuable. Take a second now and have a flex option later. Grab a second while you still can.
Do you want to take Bortles or
which one do you
Wentz?
prefer? I like Wentz for more excitement. That's me.
There's not a lot in it. I think Bortles could be his last season. So,
yeah, I'm going to go Wentz for more excitement.
Yeah, he's okay as your second QB. We know who we want to target as our third QB.
I will wait for that. So now that we can build on what we haven't got, so if we look at our running game, we're going to need to start thinking about that a little bit as well.
Right. Oh, we've got 2 running backs. We've got Bell and Howard. They're 2 stud running backs, actually, aren't they?
They are good.
Adrian Peterson's still there.
Yeah.
Tevin Coleman's still there. Martavis Bryant's still there.
They're all great. I like the idea.
Crowder's still there.
Do you know what I like the idea of in a team like this? We've got 2 QBs and we've got to kind of find ways to make up because we don't have an elite quarterback. Yeah, we're going to have 2 quarterbacks that are going to give us serviceable numbers. We need to look at elite players that have fallen down the draft board late. Adrian Peterson.
Okay.
Just with a shot. It's a gamble, and it's a big gamble. But what if? We mentioned this in another video.
Don't have to sell me on Adrian Peterson.
What if? He ends up in our flex and is fantastic for this one last season.
Okay. We still got Jamison Crowder on there as well if we want him.
I'm happy with players like him. Is there anybody else?
Tevin Coleman's still there.
Yeah, and Ever Vest, and there's still some great running backs still down the list, isn't there? I wouldn't mind Tevin Coleman here at this point of the draft.
Yeah, I think he's too good to turn.
I wouldn't mind that at all. To me, that's okay because we need to back up our current squad.
And Jamison Crowder.
Still
got
there.
to take him, don't we?
Got to take him, yeah. So that hasn't required much thought. So that's quite good. Okay, let's have a quick recap of where we are with our team. What do you like so far? Just because this is another tough draft.
I love Lev Bell, Jordan Howard, AJ Green. I'm loving those players.
Demaryius Thomas is solid.
Demaryius Thomas is very solid. Adrian Peterson has huge upside if things go his way in New Orleans. Tevin Coleman,
very solid.
James Crowder, I think he's very solid as well. He's actually very, very safe, and he has a huge
good chance for a big ceiling. Yeah. Okay, so that's looking good. So let's add to what we've got. Where do you think we need to go?
They've actually taken our sleeper QB, Brian Hoyer.
Really? Wow, somebody reached up until we were looking at trying to nab him late as a kind of a freaky player.
I'd probably leave it now. I probably wouldn't draft another one.
No, I agree. Let's continue on with what we've got.
Right, so we have we could put. Well, I mean, Zach Ertz isn't a bad tight end to be putting in your team at this sort of in round 10.
He did very well last year. He finished in the top 5.
He finished really well. He missed a lot of time with a neck injury as well.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think with a team like this, I mean,
is Derek Decker's there as
well. We're looking at upside positions. We're going to have to beat.
And Ertz is going to play every week.
We've got to look. We've got Wentz. We'll have the quarterback. I don't like quarterback and tight end stacks really, but he is the best.
It's
tight
not the
end
worst
available.
thing in the world though.
It's a good tight end. Let's put him in. And we've still got plenty of room to build because a lot of players have still fallen down this draft board because the QBs went early.
Cameron Meredith.
That's too good. Can't turn that down.
No brainer.
You've got to add him on your bench, and he'll give us options. And there'll be matchups we need to beat people on.
Mike Glenn.
No, we'll do as you said. We'll live with the two
Well,
we've got.
Latavius Murray I like for touchdowns. Mike Wallace going to have a big role in Baltimore.
Yeah, do we need more running backs though? Let's be honest. I mean, looking at what we've got on the list, or do we need to start looking at the upside?
Well, we've got Coleman, Bell, and Howard,
And Adrian Peterson. No, we're all right. We're
It's
okay.
quite well balanced actually.
That's not too bad. Okay, so we can go either direction.
I would probably go Murray or Wallace.
I would be tempted more on Wallace because I just think it's more solid, to be honest.
He's probably wide
It's
receiver
more,
one there.
it's more solid, and it will help the team overall with the balance of the squad that we've got. And there's still a chance you may find somebody drops down. Now,
Right.
have a look. We may go a little bit odd here because normally we've been up to this point. We've been kind of filling other positions. Normally we've left defense and kickers to the end, but because we're looking for a few point upgrade, this is one time because we haven't got the elite quarterbacks. We should take a peek at the defenses just to see if there's any edge we can gain.
Well, Houston's there.
Yeah, and that's quite
It's
good. Is there
up
any others that is there any other defense you think?
They're all
Kansas is there.
They're all there, really.
I
Apart from Denver.
I would go Kansas City. I think they will improve again. So I would put them in to this team.
There
just
is
to have
one
a-
other player I quite like at this point.
Yeah, go on.
Who won't get back to us.
Who's that?
Terrell Williams.
You've been a big fan all year. Let's take Terrell Williams and see which defense comes back. Do it.
They will go all off the board, though, so if you want to take an elite one, we can.
No, do it. Take a gamble that somebody's there. Look, there's still Arizona. Look, we've got what defense? We've got Houston, Kansas, Seattle, Minnesota Vikings. One of them's coming back.
Okay.
And he says that in 16 run off the ball. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Still none so far.
Seattle
Seattle's
went.
gone. That was the only one that disappeared. So we've
So,
still got
the
all
one
the,
you wanted is still there, and we got
all
Terrell
the
Williams.
ones we wanted. So that's great news. So that's why you have to check ahead and make a calculated risk, isn't it? So that was great. That's worked out really well.
There's no running backs who particularly stand out as great.
You're taking shots, so I was
Should we
happy.
lock in Kansas then?
Yeah, absolutely, I would. Because you need points from somewhere, and it doesn't matter where you get them. I think the kickers are tenny penny, so I'm not going to waste a point on them. But I think it was worth grabbing a good defense. Here's some upside players. There's James Conner.
Jonathan Williams is a player that we're both interested in.
Yeah,
And even the Buffalo running back backup has scored like 8 to 10 touchdowns.
I
last year.
think in a situation like this where you're looking for an uplift, we have to take the players that have the biggest chance to give us that uplift.
Yeah,
We're
I mean,
shooting.
we could take average mediocrity in Thompson, but why?
No,
would you?
I think we go Jonathan Williams and hope for the best. I mean, we're in a good situation because of the kind of players that
And,
we've
and
added.
he's fell to us. I mean, this is
Yeah.
round 15.
Yeah, can't knock
I'm
that.
really happy to get in there.
Yeah, still James Conner sitting on the board,
James Conner is there, yeah.
and that's another great one
And
backing
Tom
up.
Savage is there if you want to.
Yeah, I think I'll be happy taking James Conner because he's backing up Bell, and guess who we've got? Bell. We've got to take him.
And, there is injury risk there, isn't there?
It's a free shot to keep a number one in the game. Well, we hope so. You never know with backups what they'll do, and he's unproven. But it's worth doing. You still get one more shot because we're not going to fill the kicker role, are we? Well, there's Vinatieri's solid, isn't he? But
Is there anybody else that...
not. I think players-wise, there's a few there that are quite good. I mean, Kenny Stills is very good value here, isn't he? Ted Ginn's good value. I mean, what's not to like about those two guys? I'd happily put one of them on the team and make a decision as we get into the season about what we're going to do with the kicker role.
Which one do you want?
I think that Ted Ginn is the more exciting prospect because of Drew Brees.
And Drew Brees has been talking him up
Yeah.
early days, but...
Yeah.
This is your last pick of the draft. It's a shot to nothing.
Okay, so
And he's somebody you can throw in, and he can have a big week.
they still gave you a beat. And I think that's probably fair. I think the reason it's probably fair is that what we've done is we have got some very good complementary players. The biggest issue with this kind of draft, in my mind, I don't know if you agree with me, is you really, in two tight end leagues, it is literally
Two
first or
quarterback
last.
leagues,
Two
yeah.
quarterback leagues. It's either first or last. There's no in between. So you can see that a lot of teams, probably over half of them, took a quarterback straight away because it's that classic panic run. You got to have one. And we were left with, well, we could take a quarterback, but none of them we like, so we had no choice but to continue taking players.
And we did like the players that were there, like
So that's what
Jordan.
That's the
How would you turn down Jordan Howard
when you know where he's going?
as your third pick?
So we've got there is
You
a lot
can't.
there is a lot to like. Our quarterbacks are only going to be serviceable, no doubt about that.
I remember Howard's had eye surgery this year, so he might catch a lot more balls.
He might.
He might be able to see them, which is always useful.
That'll be hard because we don't have an elite quarterback. But you
Les Bell can
just
put up quarterback numbers in PPR easily.
yeah, there's a number of things that could go well. Peterson could be the difference maker with that team because you could end up with two number
Yeah,
one running
he's a
backs.
wild card.
You could have three number one running backs in that team, and that would be exciting.
Okay, Well, that's our attempt at 2QB. Do you like the team? What would you have done differently? Would you have gone?
What would you have
be
done?
Happy with those 2QBs?
Yeah. What would you have done with the runner quarterbacks going off the board? Would you have done something similar to us and waited, or would you still come in and taken, because the only one that was available was Marcus Mariota? Would you have done that, or would you have waited? I think we did the right thing waiting. But do you agree?
I know. Okay.
I've taken CJ Anderson.
If you
answers on a postcard.
No is the answer. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy it for more content. We've got plenty coming out, so please do that. And once again, thanks for listening.